Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new Ruben card to review today. So we are taking a look at a card who is 6'2", medium high work rates, right-footed, 2-star skills with a 4-star weak foot. 4-star weak foot's definitely a very, very good touch to the card. It is unfortunate that they didn't boost his pace a little bit more for the meta of the game, but obviously, as you guys know, he's still going to be a usable center back in the game because of the 76 pace. In-game player traits, he has power header traits, which is awesome, leadership and solid player traits. In-game attributes, he is going to be working with 87 acceleration with 86 for sprint speed, which again for the meta of the game is not terrible. It's not like the full meta capacity, because it's always nice to have players that have pace, because using pressure tactics is kind of like the meta of the game nowadays. So because it's the meta of the game, that's when the extra pace would definitely be very helpful. With Ruben Dias in game, guys, we are taking a look at a card who has what type of body type? So he has a high and average body type while being 6'2". Okay, so interesting stuff there. Obviously, no shooting stats, but he has shot power, which is very funny, actually. Base card stats for passing, he has 87 short passing, 80 long passing, which is pretty cool, to be fair. A card like this actually gives you a link to De Bruyne, which is pretty sick, because Ruben Dias, De Bruyne, Cancelo, maybe you get the link with Mahrez and stuff. Could be something cool to work with. Dribbling in game, he looks pretty rough, right? Because he's at 64 for agility, 63 for balance, and 68 for dribbling, but does have 92 reactions and 86 composure, which could help out a lot actually to make the card more usable in game. Base card stats for defending is set up really nicely for this card, because if you give him the Shadow Chemistry style boost, he gets really, really good defensive boost on the card to be in the high 90s area. But not only that, base card stats for his physicality, he's working with 94 for aggression, 90 for strength, 90 for stamina, and then 83 for jumping, while already working with a 6'2" height. So the card looks really solid. I guess like the main things that we're going to have to take a look at is going to be how the pace works with the dribbling stats, right? In regards to how he runs after the ball, how he tackles into the ball. Stuff like that is always going to be very important. But obviously, there's some players like Varane, for instance, right? Varane is kind of outside of the meta now because of the way that his pace is set up, but he's still obviously freaking great in this game. But with Varane, you could tell, right? Really poor agility, really poor balance, really poor dribbling. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, I think he's one of the few cards who has dribbling stats like that actually feels incredible defensive-wise because of his unique attributes in game, right? So with Ruben Dias, again, we are going to be taking a look at how he defends and how he kind of lines himself up in the defensive positions with some pressure tactics, which is going to be very important here, right? So we'll be using him in the 4-4-2, playing in that right center back position. The tactics we will be using is pressure on heavy touch, kind of pushing him out of position from time to time to see how he defends in certain areas. So yeah, we'll see if he defends well in game. Let's take a look and see. Side tackle. We did get the initial ball there. I just wish it was more possession based with Ruben Dias. I'm just going to collect that and pass it back. There we go. Just a quick little collect, pass back. You could definitely tell that he's very physical. Very, very physical with the way that he was chasing after the ball right there. No animation from this shot with Holland there, so Ruben Dias doesn't really like put his body ahead of that or anything like that. I'll pass off there. So he tackles that one again. Llorente with a fantastic interception. Just wish the tackles were more possession based with him, you know, on those occasions. Shouldn't be so pushed out, but sometimes it's like gameplay being weird too. Good little touch. If I didn't get that touch off right there, that lob pass was coming for sure. Almost got that there. You could definitely tell his pace is the way that it is with manual defending, right? So when it comes to defenders, guys, in these types of situations, you don't really want to often use them. You kind of want their AI to make those types of runs. Yeah, just have to hold the area. Try to go for a through ball there. Well done. Good interception. Didn't have to do anything else there. Yeah, I just had to block that area. Well done. The dribbling, you definitely... It's so funny, man. This card is very similar to last year with the way that he's performing so far. I didn't get a second challenge there, but at least he got the first one. We'll take that goal. Nicely done. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, guys, my game is glitched. It's glitched. It's glitched. He's actually playing. And he missed the net. And now we're back to normal. Fantastic. I love that. Oh no! Oh, my player overcommitted there like crazy. I didn't do that. I don't know why he just kept going upwards. That was really strange. But and I'll try to get the side tackle there with Ruben Dias. That was a decent opportunity to kind of test out like whether or not his pressure on the ball puts the player off a little bit. It kind of did a little bit there to Salah, but Salah is freaking sick, so. Oh, Militao, eh? I'm trying to get some highlights here with Ruben Dias. This guy's just like, yeah, I'm just going to defend like a monster here. Don't even worry about it. Oh, it was offside. Okay, I was about to say, like, it's not letting me switch there. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new Ruben Dias card. So in regards to how he performs in game, guys, the shadow chemistry style is definitely going to make the most sense for this card because of the plus 10 acceleration and sprint speed boost, while essentially making his defending perfect, okay? So my opinion on the card, obviously for sentimental values, it's great to have another Portuguese center back because, you know, obviously if I want to get some links with Cancelo, get a nice little Ignacio from Sporting in the team, Portuguese links, I can definitely do all of that if I really want to. Is the center back himself that great? Not necessarily, to be honest with you, right? There's definitely a combination of things that you definitely notice with Ruben Dias in game. And the biggest thing I would say that you do notice is that when it comes to his pace and his dribbling, they don't work that well together. Like you definitely feel it when it comes to manually using him, right? So if you're manually using him to move left and right, chase after the ball and stuff, you definitely notice this very physical thing about him, right? But even when it comes to defending, AI-wise, obviously he'll be fine because of the fact that his defense is so high, right? It's very, very nice to have that when you're actually not controlling the players. It's just that dribbling and pace and the way that that feels for this card with a high and average body type, it just doesn't really work that well for him, right? In regards to like the price being like a little bit higher and, you know, the fact you can get like a Kimpembe for like 15K, right? But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? This card honestly reminds me so much of the Ruben Dias of last year because obviously this card I'm going to show you guys right now. This card right here, the team of the season version of him, right? He had the pace boost. He even had the dribbling boost in the card, but it still didn't really feel that great of a card, right? But it's a little bit different because FIFA 21's gameplay is super, super different to the FIFA 22 one. But even from this version of the card, he doesn't have that like base characteristic of being a nice defender. Maybe this year is a little bit different because the body type I don't necessarily have a problem with, but in the future, if he gets a similar pace and dribbling boost, then it could actually work out nicely. It just doesn't really work that nicely right now, right? So it's a card that is going to be usable in the meta of the gameplay because of the way that the pace and dribbling is set up. But yeah, you know, obviously with a card like this, the links you can work with because of the fact that Cancelo and Bernardo Silva exist, you can do like a nice little 4-3-3 setup. That's cool to work with, right? But, you know, in a comparison to the center backs that exist in the Premier League, like I'll be honest with you guys, man, I would prefer to use the rare gold Eder Militao with a shadow chemistry style, right? than this Ruben Dias card, to be honest. And, you know, with Eder Militão, there's at least a little bit of sentimental value because he was a former FC Porto player and he was amazing for us. So there's a little bit of a thing there that I could work with if I actually get some other links, but it just really depends at that point. But in regards to the center backs that exist in this league, I would rather use the rare gold Van Dijk over Ruben Dias, although the pace definitely affects Van Dijk from time to time. Very good. He has that really good base characteristic though, like his body type and the way that he defends, his defensive animations and the pressure that he puts against attackers is really, really good in my opinion. Rudiger is definitely better in my opinion too. Rafael Varane by itself is definitely better. But I guess like when you do a comparison between all the Premier League center backs, then obviously he's a top 4 player. It's just that price-wise, I definitely think that he exists more for the links and the current hype than it is for the quality in-game. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I will catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. By the way, guys, even if the card is Portuguese, if I don't think he's that great, I'll tell you guys. You guys know how I am, man. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes.